welcome in. Why is my shit off? We can't have it off yet. We have an educational lesson to teach. My name's Professor Kaiyo, and today I'll be teaching you the difference between dom and sub with top and bottom. So take out your notebooks because it's gonna be... Actually, it's not gonna be a lot. It's pretty easy. Will there be a test? There will be a test. I'll come up with questions on the spot. I'll be teaching you guys first, and then after, I'll be describing scenarios in which you guys will be labeling what it is on this chart. But the amazing graphic that I found is this one, and it basically is just a chart that teaches you the difference between top and bottom and dom and sub. As we can see with top versus bottom, this describes something physical, so a position or act, right? Because if you are a top, that is the person that inserts something into the bottom, and the bottom is the one that is receiving the thing that is being inserted into the bottom. Are you following along?
I don't get it.
So top versus bottom is describing the act of it. The top puts their fella inside of the bottom that receives the fella from the top. But if you do both, then that's called verse or versatile. That means they are both putting something in someone, but also enjoys taking a fella from someone else. That means they're a top and the bottom. Does that make sense? Next is dom versus sub. So this one is more of just, instead of a position or an act, it's a power dynamic. A dom is someone who is leading the way, right? They're guiding the sub. They're like telling the sub what to do, being the more dominant one. The sub is the one that is being guided in the act, and they're the ones being dominated. But like it says over here, it's not always a sexual act. Sometimes people are like dom and sub in their like daily life. I don't know. It's a lot of nuances, I guess. If you're a dom, you like to take control, you know? But if you're a sub, you like someone to be taking control of you, basically.
Because you're a whore.
If both you and your partner are switches, then like you'll take turns being both dominant and submissive, right? And that's what a switch is. It's when you enjoy being both the dominant one and the submissive one in a relationship. You can be a verse without being a switch. You could be a switch without being a verse. And that's why it's kind of annoying when people on Twitter just like use the words like they're interchangeable, because they're not. They mean completely different things. So a common misconception with top and bottom and dom and sub is people assume that just because you're a dom, that you're a top, and that if you're a sub, you're a bottom, which is not true at all, okay? You can be a sub top, you can be a dom bottom. There are many different combinations that you can be. Being a sub doesn't always mean that you are a bottom, okay? So for example, let's say if someone is a sub top, that means they are submissive. They like to be taken control of, but they're still the ones inserting their fella in someone else. Does that make sense? Anyway, that one's me. I'm a sub top. Another example that people don't think of a lot is dom bottom, because, you know, people always associate subs with bottoms, but bottoms can be dominant. And that's what you call a power bottom, which is my favorite personally. Sorry, educational. And over here it says mix it up. This is the topic we're talking about. People can change to any combination or none at all. Let's talk about verse dom. Verse is you like to take it and give it. You know, your fella. You like to put your fella in someone and you like someone else to put their fella in you. But in both cases, you are still the dominant one. So even though you like to put your fella in someone and have someone put their fella in you, you are still dominant in both cases. You like to be dominant. Do we get it? An easier way to remember it is with top and bottom, think of it as physical, and with dom and sub, think of it as psychological. Yeah. Can you be a verse switch? You can be a verse switch. You can be someone who enjoys to both give it and take it, and also be controlling and controlled. So verse switch, you're basically willing to do anything. Do I do demonstrations? Sub to my fancy. I'm just kidding. This is very important actually. Mannerisms and gender expression do not dictate what someone enjoys. So we can't look at someone who act a certain way, have a certain pitch voice, either high or low, wear certain clothes, and be like, yeah, they're a bottom. Because you can never tell if someone has a bottom or top just by how they look. That's called stereotyping, and that's bad. It's okay if it's a joke maybe, but there are genuinely people out there that think just because you act a certain way that you're a bottom or a top, and that's just not how it works. How you behave sexually with someone that you are interested in is not the same as how you act in your day-to-day life, maybe. Because people can switch it up. You never know. You don't know what people are like in bed. They could be very, very different. So don't assume. Like, we can't just look at someone, a guy that wears like skirts and has long nails and just think they're a bottom. There's a high chance. I won't lie. There's probably a high chance that they are a bottom. But what if they're like an 8-inch monster top? You know, you never know. You really don't. And I'm on NSFW Twitter. Trust me. Oh my, some of those femboys are hung. Jesus. You really never know what someone is packing down there. Shit. Professor, can you explain sides? Yes, I actually didn't know what sides were until like last year. A side is someone who doesn't like penetration. They only do like other sexual stuff, but there's no inserting. That would go under the top and bottom category. It's like a subcategory of that, I guess. I don't know how these terms work if you're like straight though. Like, how does top and bottom apply to straight people? The dude's almost always a top, right? Unless he's getting pegged. Unless he's getting pegged, then I guess he's the bottom. Otherwise, most of the time, it's just default, right? I think it's the same. Or does it not relate to straight people at all? There's just less variety. That makes sense. This is where I place myself. I'm gonna make it pink because it's cute. Oh wait, are you? I scored into submissive bottom. Yeah, guys, I'm a submissive bottom. Guys, sorry to break it to you. I've actually been lying this whole time. I'm not a top. I'm actually a bottom. I want a big man to rail my ass. Don't ask me about lesbian sex though, because I don't know shit about lesbian sex, okay? Can you explain the key differences between drag queens and femboys? Okay, I don't fucking know. Femboys smell, that's the difference. I'm just kidding. Oh God, don't cancel me. Let's start the test. What do we call someone who likes to do the inserting, but they like to be taken control of by someone more dominant? Sub top, woo! Exactly. Kaiyo, that's the right answer. Oh, yeah. That's me. Okay, you guys are so good. So basically, if you're a switch verse, you're indecisive as like pick one. I'm just kidding. What do we call someone who likes to be guided and also likes to be inserted into? They like to take it. A Swiftie? Okay. Top verse. No. Wrong. But it is a thing. Basically, if someone says they're a verse top, what that means is they're a top, but occasionally they will bottom if like maybe the guy's hot enough, you know? The same can apply for bottoms. Verse bottom, most of the time they'll be a bottom, but maybe like the perfect guy comes along and the other guy's like, I'm a bottom too. And then you're like, well, shit, I guess I'll top. So that's what a verse bottom is. So Kyle's a verse bottom? No, Majestra. No. Insert that meme of the bottom that's like, why isn't he putting it in? Guys, I feel like when it comes to these, it's not even like a super taboo or like spicy topic. It's just like basic stuff that people should know. I'm like kind of between these two, honestly. This is like if I really have to. It's like if I'm like, damn, the other person's a fucking subby sub. Dom bottoms are hot. Not to get too graphic, but like, no. I won't say it. That's too graphic. What is your thoughts on kinks? My thoughts on kinks? Overall? I mean, there are so many. It's hard to say. I like them. But remember, labels, you don't have to follow them. They're just there to help guide you. Would you be able to go over all the sexualities and our genders? Hell no. Nowadays in 2025, there's like over 100. Shit. We're making new words. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. You guys are almost all sub bottoms. I'm not gonna lie, we have way more tops than I thought we did. Whoa. No, only 2 dumb bottoms. This is not the chat I want. You guys disappoint me. The one I like the most is all the way down there. What's my type? I mean, I could be with the sub bottom. I could be with a switch verse. I could be with the switch bottom. If there's a bottom in the name, I can be with him. If that's what you mean. I hope you guys learned a lot. That's it for today's lesson.